Hey, in this video, we are going to talk about Rick and Morty theories we hope aren't true. So before starting this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel for future updates. Adult Swim's Rick and Morty is already just about the darkest family comedy on the air, but that hasn't stopped some fans from hypothesizing even darker fates for our favorite intergenerational sci-fi duo. If any of these sadistic fan theories turn out to be correct, we're all going to have to borrow Rick's brainalyzer for a little snip-snip. Rick and Morty is exactly the kind of show that begs its viewers to concoct wacky theories. Between the lines of all the episodic comedy, creator Dan Harmon has threaded a complex continuity serialized across 4 seasons to date. Minor elements teased on early episodes return to have serious plot implications. Number 10. Rick and Jerry are still stuck in a simulation. On the season 1 episode M. Night Shyamalan Aliens, a band of scamming humanoid aliens known as Zagerians design a Russian nesting doll of simulations to trick Rick into revealing the formula for concentrated dark matter. In the course of the Zagerians injecting Rick into their simulated universe, Rick's son-in-law Jerry Smith, Chris Parnell, gets scooped up and dumped into a low-res section of the same simulation. By the end of the episode, both Rick and Jerry have escaped the Zagerian simulator and tricked their captors into blowing up their own spaceship. Careful viewers notice that the Zagerians had aboard their ship a captive alien who looks exactly like the Plutonians who Jerry visits during a subsequent episode. Number 9. Rick ended his own life. A gifted scientist with an alcohol problem, an inability to express his emotions without lacquering them in a thick layer of sarcasm, a tendency to take everything he does in life to the extreme, and a sense of creativity that's often too brilliant for his own good. Rick Sanchez is undeniably a complicated, troubled man. He's faced death in all its forms. Creatures wanting to kill him, others succeeding in killing him, and he himself laying waste to plenty of intergalactic baddies. Not to mention that whole Rick and Morty murder alternate dimension versions of themselves and take their places thing that happened on Rick and Morty Season 2. Rick has even attempted to take his own life before. Number 8. Rick purposely abandoned Beth and his wife. Another dark Rick and Morty theory that focuses on Rick's past actions is one presented by Redditor u/Geitrif. Rick's abandonment of his daughter Beth, Sarah Chalk, and his wife when Beth was a child was done on purpose. The thought of anyone, let alone the fictional character on an adult-oriented animated series, intentionally leaving their partner and child behind is enough to send shivers down one's spine. But this theory gets even darker in that u/Geitrif speculates Rick abandoned his family because he wanted fatherless Beth to rebel in her teenage years, marry Jerry, and have 2 children with him. Beth and Jerry seem to be, as u/Geitrif argued, somehow destined for each other, so that they might eventually end up together in time to conceive a Morty even if they don't have Summer while they're in high school. Number 7. Evil Morty is Rick C-137's original pair. Many of the most popular Rick and Morty fan theories circulating around the internet deal with the origins of the eye patch-wearing Evil Morty, also voiced by Roiland, who used Machiavellian tactics on the Season 3 episode The Ricklantis Mix-Up to wrestle control of the Citadel from his ruling class of Ricks. As the theory goes, Rick C-137 actually comes from a universe where he didn't abandon his family and instead remained present throughout his grandson's life. This consistent exposure to the smartest man in the universe turned Morty into a brilliant little chip off the old block. Number 6. But where's the evidence for this dark Rick and Morty theory? Harmon has apparently dropped ample evidence that this dark theory might indeed be correct. In 2 instances, we catch a glimpse of a younger Rick playing with a toddler version of Morty. The first occurs while an evil robot Rick is sifting through Rick C-137's memories. The second happens during the episode Get Swifty, when an old family photo of Rick playing with the same toddler, Morty, appears on Bird Person's wall. Both images seem out of place since Rick C-137 took a 20-year hiatus from his family and Morty C-137 is only 14. Number 5. The most bizarre Rick and Morty fan theories. Adult Swim's hit animated series Rick and Morty is chock full of sci-fi facts and sophisticated physics beyond most viewers' specialties. Unsurprisingly, this has made the show one of the twistiest and time-bendiest on television, and fostered hundreds, or maybe even thousands, of ideas about the show's alleged secrets, some far stranger than others. Hold on to your brain buckets and try to keep up with these seriously bizarre Rick and Morty fan theories. Number 4. Our Morty isn't the real one. Let's start off by flipping your whole world upside down and saying that the Morty Smith you've been watching for the past few episodes isn't the Morty you started off with. This notion is part of a larger Rick and Morty idea known as the Master Theory, created by Reddit user Rickus_Rick, but certain intricacies have been discussed by Tumblr user Sneaky Feats, who postulates that Rick's original Morty got trapped inside one universe. A tragedy seen during the opening credits of each episode, when Morty falls over and is almost eaten by giant frog creatures. Left behind for dead, this Morty grows to resent Rick and orchestrates the events seen in close Rick counters of the Rick kind in order to take down all Ricks in all universes. And we see exactly that happen in the Season 3 episode, The Ricklantis Mix-Up, in which the so-called politician Morty runs to become president of the Citadel. Number 3. Our Rick isn't the real one. Beyond our Morty not being true blue, our Rick might be an alternate as well. One fan theorizes that Rick committed suicide when Beth was a child, explaining why he was missing from her life for 20 years. The Rick viewers know would have been existing concurrently in a different dimension, still alive but separated from Beth and his ex-wife. Unfortunately, this Rick royally flubbed up his timeline and needed a quick remedy. Discovering a universe in which a version of himself was dead, which would allow him an out from his broken timeline, our Rick jumped into that timeline, the one seen in the series, disposed of the other Rick's corpse, and re-entered Beth's life. Number 2. The Universe Switch. It's time to unpack the Rick and Morty theory known as the Ticket Theory. Created by YouTube user, the Save Point Guild, this theory connects the episodes Mortonite Run and Total Rickle to suggest that the latter episode is happening in a universe that isn't the one our usual Rick and Morty operate in. According to the theory, the universe swap happened when Rick and Morty picked Jerry up from the Jerry Bory. The core Rick states, "There's our Jerry." Before they can leave, another Rick and Morty come in. That Rick asks, "Hey wait, do you have 5126? Morty is shown holding a Blips and Chits ticket, not a Jerry reclaimed ticket. Nonchalant as ever, the two Ricks shrug and agree to switch Jerrys. Number 1. One and the same, Rick and Morty share a number of similar qualities, and even the same voice actor, if we want to get all meta about things. But they can't actually be the same person, can they? According to one theory, they 100% are. Redditor Ponce de Leon outlined this idea using 3 core points to back it up. As Rick and Morty are walking through the Citadel, you can spot what appears to be a combination of the pair in the same physical body. What do you think about this video? Do let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.